everyone, and I am Jacqui Bowman, and I am here in Northeast Ohio, and I am going to teach you how to unlock the 7 levels and explain the 7 levels or the 7 tiers in the revenue share system. You might also call it your revenue share group or your revenue share organization, and how to just understand what happens once you start attracting agents to eXp Realty. So let's jump right in. So the first thing we want to start off with is, what is the difference between a capping agent, a half capping agent, a quarter capping agent? We're going to talk about these numbers first. Once you bring $80,000 of gross commission into the company, 20% of that will go to the company. So 80,000, 20% is $16,000 cap. After that, you are at 100%. So obviously, when you're bringing in that $16,000 cap and you're bringing in that revenue is actually shared back to the agents in 7 tiers that lead up to the agent who actually sponsored you to come into the company. So let's just say you attracted someone that makes about $30,000 to $40,000 a year. They would be a half capper, right? Which means they brought in $40,000 in commission. 20% of $40,000 is $8,000 that's being contributed to the company dollar, contributed to our revenue, and they're going to revenue share that out. And then of course, a half capper is maybe a newer agent or maybe someone that has a full-time job and they're making about $20,000 a year in gross commission income. They're going to be paying into the company dollar as a 20% commission. A full capper is going to pay 16 into the company, a half capper is going to pay 8, and a quarter capper is going to pay 4. Now, obviously, the company can only revenue share from the revenue. So once people are capped, they're no longer contributing, which means you're no longer going to receive revenue share from them. Okay. Now, I get a question a lot. Can anyone receive net revenue share? The answer is yes. As long as you're an active licensed agent paying your monthly fee to eXp Realty, you are able to receive revenue share, even if you yourself are not producing. So let's just say you're a brand new agent out of school and you tell a friend about eXp and they come over and they sell a house at eXp before you even sell your first home. You are going to get revenue share. There is no minimum production to grow your revenue share or receive revenue share. You can receive it right out of the gate. There's a lot of myths and things going out there from our competitors that you won't get revenue share for a year and all of this stuff. Totally not true. Totally not true. Everyone can participate in revenue share. All right, so let's get to it. So as you can see up at the top, you're going to see all of these bubbles, right? The ones that are filled in yellow are the agents that you have brought into the company. So let's just say you're here your first 3 months or your first 3 days, right? We don't want to put time frames on anyone. And you attract 2 agents to the company, or maybe you brought over 2 agents with. For this exercise, we are going to assume that they are all capping agents. So if you look in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see that on your tier 1, your front line, it is slated out 3.5% of the gross commission income that comes in would go to you, the sponsor, directly for bringing that agent in. So your tier 1 is always going to be 3.5%. So if you look in the bubbles there, it says 2,800. So let's just assume they do 80,000 in gross commission. 3.5% of 80,000 is 2,800. Now, I do want to point out at the bottom right-hand side, I will have this on every slide, eXp Realty is in growth mode. And as influencers and agent owners of the company, we understand that the sustainable revenue share buffer or the 50% initiative will impact these figures. Just depends on how many other ancillary services and money that we have coming in. So again, it's up to $2,800. But in this example, we are going to just assume $2,800 because we're going to get there. And if you want to have a side discussion about the SRS buffer, go on Workplace. Check out, just type in SRS buffer. You're going to find plenty of information on there, including a video from Jason Guessing. I do not want to take time in this video to explain that, but going back to the numbers, 2,800 per agent that is a capping agent in your front line, which is 3.5% of the $80,000 in gross commission income. So let's just say you're here and you attract another agent in your front line, and then you attract another agent in your front line. Okay, so now you've got 4 agents in your front line, and one of them is super excited about eXp, and they go ahead and they attract 2 people into your tier 2. Now your tier 2, you can look over on the right-hand side in the gray, you can see that it's 0.2%. So a lot of people think, oh, well, you're not going to be able to collect on your tier 2 until you unlock it. So right now your tier 2 is locked. That's why it's in gray, but you still are going to get a small sliver on tier 2. You're going to get 0.2%. So you take $80,000 gross income, 0.2% on a capper is $160 a year. Not very much, but follow me through this exercise. You are going to love how we're going to learn about how to unlock these levels. So next, one of those people brings in 4. Now, as you can see on your tier 3, you're at a 0.1%, right? One of those people brings in 2 people. Again, you're at 0.1%. One of those folks brings in 3 people, right? So they start building their organization. You're still at 0.1%. And tier 6 bumps you up to like 0.5%, which is pretty good. You're going to get $400 for that capping agent on your tier 6. And last but not least, that tier 6 person was super excited and they brought 4 people into your tier 7, and those are also at 0.5%. Again, going back to the top, you directly attracted 4 people in yellow, right? Tier 2 is at a 0.2% until you unlock it, right? So we need that 5th qualifying person to unlock tier 2. So what is a qualifying agent? If you look at the bottom of this slide, a frontline qualifying agent is someone who produces $5,000 in gross commission income in the past 6 months. So folks, this is somebody that makes $10,000 a year in commissions. So basically it has to be a producing agent. That's what they're defining as a producing agent. You can have people in your front line that are active and they're paying their monthly fee, but they're not a frontline qualifying active. What you need is a qualifying active, 5 in your front line, in order for you to unlock level 2. So as you can see here, now I have that number 5 at the top because I've directly attracted 5 in my tier 2. Now, check this out. That 0.2, which was $160, changed to $3,200 because now you're getting the exponential share. Now, many of you have seen this chart that says 3.8% for level 2. You've seen another chart that says 4% for level 2. Here's the deal. It's always 0.2%, even when you don't have it unlocked. The exponential share is an additional 3.8% for a total of 4%. So hopefully those charts make sense to you now. So 5 frontline qualifying active agents. Again, qualifying is $5,000 in GCI in the past 6 months. When they're paying 20% in, folks, that's only $4,000 a half. That's $8,000 a year. That's what they're saying is a qualifying agent. So it should be pretty attainable, especially if you're supporting people as a sponsor in your first year. So now I've unlocked level 2 or tier 2, and I'm receiving 4%. Now I'm still going to have to directly attract on my front line. And if you look at the top, now I have 10 that I've attracted in my front line. Okay, and that could take me some time. Again, it could take you 10 months. It could take you 10 days. No time limits or restraints on people. The sky's the limit here. But let's just hypothetically say that I have now attracted 10 people into my tier 1. As you can see down below, my tier 3 is now unlocked. The 0.1% was $80. And now those folks that are capping agents, I'm going to be receiving up to $2,000 because that has changed from 0.1%. Now I get the exponential share of 2.4, which brings that to a total of 2.5, right? But again, I have to have 10 frontline qualifying agents in order to open that tier. Next, to unlock level 4 or tier 4, I would need to add an additional 5 people into my front line or my front tier. So now if you look at the top, I have 15. And by the way, as I'm adding people in my front tier, my group is growing. But again, this example is with one person who attracted 2, and then one of those people attracted 4. So again, I'm just talking about how to unlock the levels. Think about all of the people now that are in my front line of 15 that are attracting agents. There's going to be these little spider webs all over of my organization growing. And my organization with 15 in my front line is going to probably be much bigger than 31 agents in my group because other people in my group are attracting. But just for this example, it's about unlocking tiers. So now I've got 15. I've unlocked my tier 4. 0.1 plus the 1.4% exponential share is equal to 1.5%. And now I'm collecting 1,200 in that tier 4. Okay. The next tier is tier 5. Now I would need 20 people in my front line in order for me to unlock my tier 5, which then again would change the 0.1%. I'm going to gain an extra 0.9% for a total of 1% of the gross commission income. So again, 80,000 GCI on a capping agent is 800. Now, if it's a half capper, with one of those 3 bubbles is a half capper and they bring in 40,000 GCI, obviously I'm getting $400. Hopefully you can see how that works. Now, this is where a lot of times agents get stuck because they're not directly attracting as many people as they need to unlock these levels. And sometimes their levels or their tiers have gone really wide at the bottom to where agents in their group are just attracting and things are great. And maybe people have 50 people on their tier 6, but they don't have enough frontline qualifyings to unlock that. They're getting 0.5% instead of getting the 2.5%. So when you hear about agents that are saying, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on so much money, that's why, because maybe they only have 10 front qualifying, but they have agents in level 6 or tier 7. And again, last but not least, here is our tier 7, which is awesome. For tier 7, to unlock tier 7, you will need 40 agents in your front line. So you can see it goes to 25 and then it does a huge jump to unlock that 7th tier. And by the way, the 7th tier pays out the most out of all of the tiers. So it is a little bit harder to get. Thank you, Glenn, for challenging us to achieve that. But as you can see at the top, now I have 40 frontline qualifying actives. And that changes the bottom from 0.5% to an additional 4.5%, which then gives me a full 5% of the gross commission income, which is $4,000 per year per capper. So again, maybe you have a new agent. Maybe they are making $20,000 a year or less in real estate. You're probably going to get about $1,000 per agent on your 7th tier. Now, by the way, this is annually. This is as they are producing. So if someone in my tier 2, which I'm gaining 4% on, closes something in the month of October, I will be paid in November my revenue share from that sale. So it's all individual. It's all kept track that way. You can go into my eXp and you can check out your revenue share line or your revenue share group. You can see all of the transactions that are there. It's absolutely wonderful. So hopefully that helps you understand how to unlock the 7 levels or the 7 tiers in your revenue share organization. I just wanted to share with you that if for some reason this group was exactly how it was and everyone in this group produced as a quarter capper, let's just say they weren't cappers at all, you're still looking at, with 56 agents in a group, $37,100 a year, attracting agents that maybe are new agents or agents that aren't high producers. So agents who are not utilizing this, and everyone is just a few chapters ahead of someone else, there is someone in your market, someone online that you might have influence with, that you could share this amazing model with. Anyway, I'm Jacqui Bowman. If you have any other questions or you are personally interested in eXp and you don't already have a sponsor, please reach out to me, ask. I'd love to help you. Thanks.